Good morning.
Yo, welcome back to episode 4 of the Big Brain Boys podcast. Yo, we saw that last week's episode didn't do too well.
What's up with that?
Yeah, and I thought that was one of the best. I thought that was the best episode, honestly, so far.
Definitely the best episode so far.
You know, I was a little upset. It's okay though. It's all right. I mean, not all of them are gonna be winners like the first one. You know.
Listen, I'm happy with 100 views, but I'm just trying to be optimistic, guys.
Yeah, some people are out here with 0 views. I mean, honestly, can't complain.
Can't complain. 300 subscribers.
Yeah,
okay.
Really. 300
That's
subs.
Thick.
That's what's up.
Thick.
That's what's up.
But the 100 views though.
I'm not with it. I mean, the first episode's got 500, not 500, but
you could retire with that amount of money.
Yeah,
500. That's a lot of money. You could buy like 18 Lamborghinis with that.
Yeah, on God. I had enough self-loathing. So this is episode 4. This is a reshoot from last week. We shot episode 4 last week, and it was total ass. But we're gonna be posting bloopers from that episode later this week. We'll do like a little clip, maybe
like a little compilation.
A little compilation, maybe on Thursday or Friday, just so something goes up in the middle of the week. But it was a Q&A, but I posted the Q&A about 5 minutes before we filmed the episode. So obviously we got like one question, but and then I posted again later in the week, and I posted today.
So we got a plethora of questions.
So we gotta have the amount of good, diverse questions.
Hefty.
And so yeah, I just wanna
let's just get it started.
Yeah, let's just get it started. So this is gonna be the Q&A episode. So
you know, we live in to serve the people.
Facts, yo.
We gotta
this
give
you
the
guys
people
want.
what
This
they
is
want.
what you guys wanted, and this is what you're gonna get. So all right, let's get this started.
Boom.
I don't know if you noticed, I put the wall up behind us today.
Great wall of
see
Brainiac right there.
See the Death Star up over there, and I got the wall. You know, the wall. Trump. This is what my tax money went to. Trump built this in my bedroom. You know, everybody thought it was the border wall. It was actually this
$1 billion wall.
All right, so let's get started with a question.
Shall we?
A question from let's go with this one. This is from Andrew Wilson.
Ooh, love that man.
He asks life goals and plans for yourselves after school. So Chase, you could start.
I'll start it off. All right, so my life, well, I'll explain where I'm going to college and stuff like that. I'm going to college of Staten Island. I'm majoring in history, and then I plan to get my master's in education and become a teacher. That's the goal.
That's what's up.
And then eventually get into real estate and, have a decent amount of money to invest and, build another career off that too. So, we got multiple income streams.
Build a little empire over there,
Okay.
Little empire.
Galactic empire.
Hey, okay. I fuck with that.
I love democracy.
It's a good time. Fuck democracy. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so
Emperor Palpatine loves democracy, though.
Yo, he's a big dem. Yo, that guy's the biggest libtard that I know out there. Emperor Palpatine on some bullshit again. All right, so I'm gonna say I'm also a history major at the College of the Island of Statens.
Victory Boulevard University.
Yeah, I'm a member of 2300 Victory Boulevard University. So my deal is I'm gonna go and do my 4 years and hopefully get hired by the fire department. That's the dream. Dream job is the fire department, but if not, any other city test, that's what I'm going for. I'm going for a city job, But it's really the history teacher's the backup. But you need college degree, so I figured why not history. But yeah, that's what. And then I'm gonna become a full-time stripper after that.
Ooh.
So that's really what I'm into nowadays.
Open up a titty bar and call it Nippolopolis.
Where I'm gonna be your head star. All right, let's move on to the next question we got here. We got one. I think I'll let Chase also answer this one, and I'll pitch in on it. Differences between the North and South Shore, and this one is asked by Chris Bus.
So that's a good question.
There's a lot of differences.
There's a lot of stereotypes as well.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks that the North Shore is all ghetto and stuff, and it's filled with like poor people. That's like the stereotype. We got all the gangsters up here, and then the South Shore is like all like the white people like, hi, how you doing?
Yeah, pretty much.
Your grass looks great today.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's like the stereotype though. But
yeah, but I would say, well, I'll tell you this: the North Shore is definitely more diverse.
100%. Yeah.
I mean, the South Shore is pretty much.
It's a lot of white people.
Mainly white people, and more conservative than liberal on the South Shore.
100%.
Yeah, so I would say the North Shore is more liberal, more diverse. Um,
South Shore less diverse, more conservative.
yeah, 100%. I will say the South Shore. I don't want this to be said the wrong way. The South Shore is cleaner than the North Shore. I mean, and that's mainly because the harbor is the North Shore. I don't want that to come out as like a racial thing. You know what I mean?
No, I know
I'm
what
saying
you
it
mean.
just because the harbor's on the North Shore and just the water's disgusting and the beaches.
Yeah.
And the South Shore, it's there's nothing over there.
That's basically where like the prime real estate is. That's one of the things too.
Yeah, 100%.
That's where all the expensive houses are. I mean, there's expensive houses on the North Shore. Don't get me wrong, but like,
it's like I feel like the South Shore is really like East Jersey.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's pretty different over there.
It's 100%. It's like a
as you
different
get, like,
world.
To Tottenville, like there's less traffic and stuff like that. It's like
Yeah,
it's
like
really weird how like Staten Island's so small, but you can go to like certain areas.
it's
and
like
it's completely
different area. And now especially like with the warehouse area, it's like you don't even feel like you're on Staten Island.
It's
when you're
weird
because that was like an area that like we could never go into.
And Staten Island used to be like all woods.
Yeah, I know.
Like
that's crazy.
before you were born and shit like that.
That's
like
crazy.
it was mostly woods.
With the highway and everything. The highway was woods.
Yeah, that's weird to
crazy.
think about.
It's so crazy. Yeah, so I'd say that's the difference. It's more diverse than the North Shore, a little more liberal. The harbor, so it's not as clean, but that's that.
A little bit of a turf war.
Yeah, a little bit of a turf war going on there between the North and South. All right, let's go on to another question asked by our buddy Thomas Mooney.
Love him.
A longtime fan of the
Thick boy.
A longtime fan of the BBB. He is a thick boy himself. He asks, "Who's got a fatter ass?" Chase. 100% Chase.
Damn.
100%.
I am known for my fruity booty.
1000% Chase got the fatter ass.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's on God. That's on God.
Everything I eat
on
just
God.
goes directly to my booty. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
That's what's up, though. I can't complain.
I'm like
I can't
Squidward
complain.
after all the Krabby Patties. I'll be damn. He thick.
Damn, he a thickums. He a thickums.
I should just walk around in yoga pants and like wear a wig.
Yeah.
People wouldn't know the difference. They'd be like,
she
yo,
bad.
She
Yeah,
bad.
she bad from the back, though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You got a little booty hanging out. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to holler at you.
Let's see what else we got.
Thick boys unite.
Thick boy gangster, thick boys.
All my thick boys out there.
Yo,
Do the booty dance.
yo, hey, good morning.
Twerk.
Hey, good morning.
Hey.
All right, so we got another question. This one's from me. How long has Steve been playing the drums? By Joseph, asked by Joseph Tyndall. So I've been playing the drums for over 10 years now. I started when I was in 3rd grade. So how old is that? 8, 7, 8, 8.
Somewhere around there.
Let's go with 8. I think I was 8. So that's over 10 years. Been playing in bands also since I was like 9 or 10. Played a bit of like 3 or 4 different bands, I think, at this point. My main group now being Rival Threat with a new album released, Party Ghost. Go give it a listen.
Listen.
It's pretty cool, though. I'll tell you what, real quick about the music thing.
Hit him with it.
Recording is very expensive, and the fact that we've been able to come out with something new each year, I think, is really cool. We had the first EP come out, I think, in, was it 2016 or 2017, and then the second EP, and then 2 singles after that, and now a full-length album. It's pretty cool. And
damn.
Just to let everybody know, summer of 2021, second album will be coming out. You heard it here first, folks.
2021's gonna be better than summer 16.
Yo, this is on God, bro. 2021, summer of 2021, Rival Threats Graduation, second album will be coming out.
Boom.
I think we're shooting for 12 songs. I think we're gonna start recording actually pretty soon. Because we're gonna be doing this one on our own. Because
Okay.
more expensive to do it somewhere
Yeah.
else. Plus, our usual guy, he's not really doing recording anymore. So
Man.
now we kind of got to do it on our
Shit.
own. But so to go back to the main
He done left the
aspect.
band.
Yeah, I know he a gay boy. Nah, he the best though. Shout out to my boy John. But
Thank you, John.
thank you, John. But all right, so yeah, I've been playing for over 10 years. I don't know, 11 years, whatever. I started when I was 8. So
That's a long time.
you do the math.
That's like 25 years.
Yo, that's like 37 and a half.
Yeah.
Square root is 7.
With the equation, the
With
the
the
E equal
the
MC
exponent,
squared
the
minus the 17. You add the quadratic exponent.
The reciprocant
Yeah.
of Good
And you know, like,
morning. We got another question coming in on the trusty dusty question board. We got
Ooh.
another one coming in.
Trusty Dusty.
I wrote them all down beforehand, so I don't have to go on my phone. We got another one coming in from our good buddy, another a Tommy boy. His name is Thomas Murph. We got one coming in from the boy Thomas Murph.
T Murph.
What the F? I'm not gonna swear on this one.
Whoa.
What the F? What the fritters is wrong with the world today?
That is a good question.
There's a lot. I feel like that's a very. I mean, I know he was like joking. I feel like he was joking around when he said it, but I mean,
But it's a good question.
That's a good question, and that can get very, very deep. That
'Cause
one.
What?
There's
the
a lot wrong.
freak is wrong with the world
What the
today?
fritter is wrong, guys? Come on.
What the fritter fratter?
What the fritter frickin' fuck is wrong with the
There's
world
just so
today?
many things wrong with the world today.
Seriously, a lot.
This should be getting fucked up.
So to answer your question, what is wrong with the world today? A lot.
There's so
A
many
lot of things.
aspects. I'm talking like economically,
Economically, socially, politically,
culturally,
literally every.
every aspect.
There's something wrong with every aspect of
kind
society.
of straying further. You know, I think like the best America has been was like post 9/11.
That's when everybody came together.
Yeah.
I mean, now the war aspect of it, I don't think that was the best
Yeah, definitely
solution.
not. But, like,
but I
the
feel
day
like
after 9/11, like everyone
as
was like,
as unity,
let's,
you know what I mean?
let's get our shit together.
Yeah, like I said, other than the war, but
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Dick Cheney made $39.5 million off the Iraq War. That's all I'm saying.
hit 'em with
That's
the
all I'm
facts, hit 'em
saying.
with the facts.
That's all I'm saying.
But as far as unity goes, I think everybody came together after that. So honestly, he's got a good point. I think
We need
that's,
something like that. I feel like it's gonna get really bad. And
Well,
like,
I wouldn't say that we need something like that.
no,
you know?
no. I'm saying like we need like. No, I'm not saying we need something like 9/11. I'm
Right,
saying
yeah,
we need
yeah, yeah.
that unity.
No, I know. What you
Definitely
meant.
not saying we need
yeah,
9/11.
yeah. No, I know, but we need.
We
I
need
mean,
that sense of unity again. Like
it's
that
sad
sense
that
of,
it
like,
takes such
community.
It's sad that it takes such a catastrophic event to get everybody
Yeah.
to come together, and that's usually
I guess
what
that's
happens.
that's human nature, though.
I guess so.
I mean, kind of pretty nasty people.
Yeah.
It's like a lot. It's also like how you're raised and stuff like that. Because if you was raised to be a poo-poo head,
You gonna be a poo poo
you're
head.
gonna be a poo-poo head.
You ain't changing. Hate to say it.
And there's a lot of people, like, you see it, like, pretty much every day. Like, people are, like, so impatient. They think they're, like, the center of the universe.
It's a shame. And so many
It's-
people are so much older and they're like this too. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, kids are kids, but like there's people who are like middle
Like,
aged.
if you're, it, like, amazes me how, like, I'll see, like, old people in stores. And, like, they'll get mad over something, like, that just, like, wasted, like, 2 minutes of your time. Like, how do you go through all of your life with zero patience?
Yeah. I can't.
It's like you can't, like...
Especially here, out of all places in the world, here in New York, it's pretty bad. I mean,
yeah.
it's I can't say that
not
the same
everyone
for
is
everywhere,
mean in New York, but there's
but a lot of
mean people.
impatience and a lot of
Yeah.
mean people. I'm impatient. I can tell you, when I'm in traffic, everybody gets impatient when they're in
I
traffic.
think that's
you
the
know,
only time I'm really impatient is when like people are doing stupid stuff driving. But like, if I'm at
going,
like a
going
restaurant,
10 miles an hour in a 35 zone, bro. I can't when people do
Mm.
that. I can't when people do that, bro.
and all these speed cameras.
Oh my god, bro.
What is going on?
What is up with this 80
They
of
just
them?
be stealing our money.
$50 a camera. You know how much the city's making off of these things?
I think they're making like 80,000 a day or something like that.
It has to be. You're making if it's $50 a camera and there's 80 on the island, you know, each of them is at least going off 5 times. So let's do the quick math on that one.
Quick mass, boom, 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 bricka, boom.
Let's just say, and I know it's way more than 5. But let's just go with the minimum of each one is going off 5 times, right? So there's 80 cameras, right? So then what I said times 5,
Yes, sir.
right? Hold on, 80.
Times 5.
Well, 80, it would be 80 times 50 because it's $50 a ticket.
Okay.
So 80 times 50
Times 5.
times 5. So they're at least
20,000 a
making
day.
$20,000 a day. You know they're making way more than that. At the complete least, they're making $20,000 a day.
De Blasio's like, tell him to bring me my money.
Yeah, really. I mean, it's ridiculous. I get them in school zones. I understand
Yeah, school
them in
zones,
school
100%.
zones.
I understand.
Slow
No one
down,
should be speeding
you
in a
know?
school zone.
Slow
no
down.
one.
I totally get that, but they'll be in the middle of nowhere.
Exactly.
In the
It's
middle
like,
of nowhere. And
no,
they're on
there's
at
no chance
night,
of really
you know?
anyone getting hurt. It's
Exactly.
like, I don't get it.
They're
It
on,
makes no
they're
sense.
on. They're on at night at like 1 in the
America,
morning.
explain. America, explain.
Yeah, seriously. Come on now, America. Explain that.
What's going on?
Explain that.
It's this mayor though. It's this mayor.
100%. I
He's
mean,
doo-doo.
I don't want to get too political, but I mean,
But he be kind of doo-doo though.
he ain't my favorite. That's all I'm gonna say. He ain't my favorite. Yo, moving on. We got one from let's see.
Hit him with it. Hit him with it.
I'll hit him with it. I'm gonna save this one for last. All right, let's go with this one. This one's from my old neighbor and my friend Brianna Kelly. She goes, "How does social media affect? I don't know which one it is. I just wrote down whatever. How does social media affect insecurities? And I mean, I think we kind of answered that in the
we
first
covered
one.
that a little bit in the first one. I think we can go into like a little
We can
nice
just do
summarization.
a little brief summary. I mean, social media just puts on like a fake
Facade.
aspect. Yeah, a fake version of yourself that other
Literally.
people see,
And it's like,
and that's not really who you
it's
are.
like, yeah, it's like all people see is like, oh, I'm having so much fun with my life and everything is amazing.
Yeah.
And then like, you'll see them in real life and they're just like,
Yeah, they're like the most boring people, and then that makes you feel like, oh, like how come I'm not living my life to the best, like how they
Exactly.
are, you know?
it makes you feel like big doo-doo basically.
Big doo doo. No,
But
we're not a
someti-
fan of that.
Yeah.
We're not a fan of that big doo doo action.
Sometimes that's why I like Finstas though, because you see like the real person.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you see like
Finsta's
their
where
actual
it's
sense
at.
of humor and like their actual like.
And like when
views
they're
on things.
upset and like you know.
Yeah. Sometimes a little nice to know that people are human, you know.
Yeah.
Not everyone
nice
is
to
living a
know that.
perfect life.
Yo, follow my Finsta. No, don't follow my
Don't
Finsta.
follow
Do
it.
not follow my Finsta. Don't find it. If you find it, you're getting blocked. So yeah, but I
Oh,
mean,
God.
if that didn't go in depth enough, just check out the first episode. We basically talked all about that
Yeah,
in the first
literally.
episode. I think it was actually titled "Insecurities in Social Media."
Yes, sir.
So
yes, sir.
but all right, that was a good one. All right, this one's from Andrew Manu.
Love that man.
Love that man. He goes, thoughts on deaths in the music industry and how culture might cause them. That's a good one.
Ooh,
That's a really
Andrew
good
is
one.
always asking
That's a
the
good one,
fire
man.
questions.
That's a good question.
Listen, he has impeccable music taste. Andrew, if you're watching this, you have impeccable music taste. This man knows good music in every genre. It's amazing.
I'll say this. You know, there's the whole selling your soul to the devil thing, the 27 Club and all that. I don't know if that's true. I mean, there's a, you know, obviously it's a big coincidence that all these, you know, major
Yeah, it
musicians
is
die
a
at
little
27.
weird.
You know, musicians faking their death, like Elvis, Michael Jackson. Like,
Simona.
I feel like people just kind of make these hoaxes up. You know,
Let's just do a compilation of Michael Jackson.
yeah. Let's do Michael Jackson.
Elvis? I think Elvis faked his death.
Yeah, there's a lot of things pointing. I read some things on that. I heard that. I don't know. I could see it. I mean,
I could see it.
I could see it. Yeah, but you could say the same thing about it. You could actually say the same thing about Michael Jackson. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of things with that are a little sketchy too. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, all these hoaxes. I don't even think that was like the question. Thoughts on deaths in the music industry and how culture might cause them.
Well, I think that there's a lot of pressure.
Oh,
100%.
especially with these rappers.
Yeah, I saw like an interview lately. It was recently with Justin Bieber, and he was like crying and shit like that.
Really?
Yeah, because he was talking Billie Eilish,
Okay.
and like because she's young and she's like really
Yeah,
big
yeah.
in the music industry and stuff like that. And he was like, "Oh, if you ever need advice on anything, like let me know." And like
Right.
an interviewer like asked him about it, and like he started like crying and stuff like that.
It's a
'Cause,
lot,
like,
man.
Yeah, because he was like addicted to drugs and stuff.
Yeah.
and, like he
they
was getting
go
like
through a lot, man.
DUIs and stuff like that.
I know. It
A lot
it
of
sucks.
crazy shit.
It
It's like
sucks. They
you're
go
just
through
a
lot of hard
normal
stuff.
person, and then like all of a sudden you have the world, and it's like,
I know.
whoa.
It's insane. A lot of people like dream for that, but when it actually happens to you,
Yeah,
it's like
it's
it's a lot
fucking
to take in.
overwhelming.
Yeah.
Like,
So I think that I would say that culture might cause
Yeah,
it, you know, especially with
definitely, 'cause
suicide and drug overdoses. It's just people can't
there's-
take it anymore.
yeah,
They
there's
don't
like
know
so
how to
much
handle it.
pressure to just
Yeah.
like always be like 100%.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And
Well,
like
yeah.
touring is like insane.
Oh,
You're literally
draining,
playing like
man.
every
Draining.
night,
Every night, the same thing. I mean, I'm sure people get sick
And
of
you're,
it.
like,
you know.
traveling and shit and partying.
And even with me,
after.
that's the dream. That's the dream with my band. Like we hope to
Yeah.
do that one day, but then I'm sure when that actually happens, we're going to be so drained. You know what I mean? Like
a lot.
it's the dream, but it's a lot. You know,
Because you're
it's-
going from city to city, like you barely have time to sleep.
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy.
But
yeah,
listen,
I would
that's
say
the
that.
life
I would say
they
that.
want to live.
I would say that culture, you know, pop culture definitely causes deaths and suicides and stuff
Yeah,
in the music industry.
100%.
And the whole devil selling the soul to the devil is a whole different discussion.
Yeah.
But I mean, it could be real. Who knows?
You never know.
You never know. You never know. What are we running at? We're running at 20 minutes here, so I'd say we'll throw up the last question now.
Okay.
All right, so this one is asked by the boy in the band, good old Sean Murray. He asks, generalize the podcast in 5 words.
5 words.
5 words. So I'm going to say, I would say brainiac, but that's not really that's like our word.
We got to do like something that describes it.
All right. I'd say educated.
Okay, I was gonna go with informative. Can we
Okay,
put that one up there too?
All right, so educational, informative,
inspirational.
Inspirational. I wouldn't say persuasive.
No.
Because we're not really trying to
We're
persuade
just
anyone.
trying to
We're just
inform.
saying what we think,
Yeah.
right?
All right.
So educational. Would you said
Informative.
informative,
Inspirational.
inspirational. Did I say intelligent?
That kind of goes along with the other ones.
Oh,
though.
goes with it, right? Yeah. Okay.
This is actually a tough question.
Yeah, word. This is a tough one. Buffo.
Comedic.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
So comedic.
We got one more.
That's buffo is funny in Italian.
Yeah, buffo. Funny
For all the
Italian.
buffo
Buffo,
homies
buffo,
who don't
buffo.
understand. Yo, e buffo, e intelligente, interessante.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Yes. Okay, you just got it.
Interesting.
So we got
We got educational,
educational,
informative, inspirational, comedic. What's the last
Interesting.
one? Interesting.
Boom.
That's cool. I would say that's a solid 5. That's definitely a solid 5.
Brr. Big shock.
I can't believe that was that actually.
That actually flew by. Really
That flew
quick.
by. I feel like the one we did it with Brian, not that it dragged out, but it didn't feel like that was,
Yeah.
And that was 20
It didn't
minutes.
go by this quick.
It was like 18 minutes, and it felt longer than this. That was fun. That was weird. That was fun, though.
That was a
The
good
Q&A.
episode. I
That was
think.
fun.
Yeah.
That was
Thank
fun.
you for submitting questions.
Yeah,
all
thanks for the questions.
my handsome boys and girls.
We'll definitely do it again. Let me just. I gotta shut the old, trusty dusty
the trusty dusty.
notebook from last semester that I just wrote the questions in.
All right.
What
What would you like to say to the people watching?
I'd like to say thanks for tuning in. And I'm gonna put on my radio voice. Thank you for tuning in to the BBB podcast, Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm your CHH, Steve Ravelli.
And I'm your CHH Chase.
And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Bruh. That was good.
That was fire.